Good evening and welcome everyone to tonight's official coverage of Rainlight Racing's 2025 GT4 series. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, GT4 series here at Rainlight Racing. It is Series 8. It is round 2. We are at Donington. Series proudly brought to you by SIMBLACKS, True to Life Racing Designs, Crossing 43, and Oz, as always, broadcast by MATCHFIT Entertainment. I'm Davo, and right by my side, my wingman, J-Man. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, good evening, Davo. Evening, viewers. Good to be back here on a Monday night. And as you mentioned,
Absolutely.
round 2. I'll tell you one thing that nearly trips me up every week these days at the moment, Davo, is the 2025 that you announce, and was such a good 2024 that I just still struggling to get my head around the fact that we are in another calendar year. So
already, that's
nonetheless,
right.
Yeah, we are here, and we are about to get into what is round 2 at Donington Park. Really, really cool track. I mean, right from the get-go, Redgate, down through the Crona Curves, the old hairpin, Starkey's Bridge, McLean's Coppice, the S's into Melbourne Hairpin, Goddard's. 11 turns make up this fantastic racetrack.
Beautiful place.
Yeah, situated right beside Midlands Airport in the UK, a place that doesn't mind copping a bit of snow every now and then. However, the conditions out there look pretty favourable at around 20 degrees ambient, 26 degrees. I tell you what, if you live somewhere in that vicinity, you'd be pretty happy to see the numbers.
For sure.
That is what we do have out there for tonight's proceedings. So cool. Quick fire format here. Very, very quick 5-minute quali.
Yes.
For everybody out. Field of 22 cars out there tonight. So numbers up a little bit on what was round 1. So we like to see that. And as I mentioned, quick fire 5-minute qualifying. Davo backed up tonight. We'll see that several times, backed up by 3 times 15-minute sprint or super sprint races. Plenty of chances to make good in the next race, or maybe just keep on dominating depending on how your night's going. But a little bit of rain on the horizon I'm seeing. However, the session will expire, I think, before any of that precipitation does come. Davo, what are you seeing out there? What are you looking for tonight based on what we saw out of round 1?
Well, I think, look, track position critical again here tonight, J-Man, like you just outlined. Look, quick fire, not only qualifying session, but race format as per like last week. We did the same format. So yeah, 15-minute races and a very short all-in qualifying session. So these guys pretty well only get a lap, 1 or 2 laps. So yeah, look, track position's going to be critical. They're going to want to get their qualifying sorted. So they do have track position during the race. Donington, very flowy. It does have some passing opportunities, but yeah, look, high average speed through that mid and back section, J-Man. So look, it's going to be interesting stuff. We love Donington. Big fan myself. I know you are as well. We've had some great battles through the years here.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so I think this is going to be, look, I think it's really going to suit these GT4 cars. I think we're going to enjoy this racing here in the GT4s over maybe a GT3 race. So as we see the first indicative times coming through, Webley hitting the top of the board quickly there. Macrolos, Matty T back again tonight. Haven't seen Matty on track for a little while.
Yeah, cool to see Maddie back, and she shares the field with Lily Glass as well. So a couple of female competitors out here, which we really do appreciate in sim world. I think it's not represented nearly as much as it could be. So good to see the girls out there really keeping the boys on their toes. But as you mentioned,
yes,
Webley with a 34-3 over Costas Macrolos, current points leader in the series at a 34.5, so only a couple of tenths the difference there, or 10.5, sorry, as the rain does fall. So maybe we've got quite an aggressive weather pattern here tonight, because that was forecast for around 10 minutes, and it has come early. So very aggressive is the weather down here in the UK. And I'm just looking at the times. He or she who was up is probably really not going to make too much more on that. I see Craig McConnell was in a good spot, but he just really slid it. I think
out
it
of
was
the
through the
chicane there.
S's
Yep.
as he heads down to the Melbourne hairpin, and it just bled time, and there's not much he could do about it. That is what is the track condition right now.
Absolutely, and continues to bleed time, J-Man, as we watch this. And yeah, look, literally, as we saw that raindrop, we saw those deltas back right off immediately. Yeah, so who got out first and who hit those
Webley.
banking laps? They're the guys. They've nailed it.
Yeah, Macrolos, he's had a massive off, has Macrolos. He did just pull out of that one there. So that would be, you would think, the front row, Webley, Macrolos, Ava,
for sure.
Maddie, Goddard, McConnell, Firth, Tracy Crossland, Perkins, Kim. I couldn't see the leaderboard changing too much now, given the track conditions out there. So, yeah, wow, that's probably going to be a basic sign of how aggressive this weather may or may not be here tonight.
Look, even with the weather aside, I called, that we were going to have a pretty exciting race here in the GT4s for round 2 at Donington. But yeah, throw a few drops of rain in, and it's going to get hectic. So as we see Worcester run across the line, I think. Last car, actually, Tracy just looping it around in the Mercedes-Benz as they all roll back into the pits.
So, question for the viewers already tuned in tonight, if you choose to answer, is if it started raining inside the first 4 minutes of race 1 and you're out there on a slick tyre, given that it's a 15-minute race, would you come in and jump on a wet tyre? Or would you try and nurse that tyre for the duration?
Good point.
The preceding, I don't know, let's say 11 minutes. I guess everybody's in the same boat if they do, but is there something to gain by what would be a 32-second stop to put wets on? That is the question. Would you do it, or would you just leave it be?
Yes, look, and definitely a worthy question, J-Man. And pipe up in the chat box there. Hit the like and subscribe button while you're there, guys. Type something in, and we love a good chat, J-Man. We will just touch base on what is going on here at Rainlight Racing for their series here in the GT4s. What is going on? Short, sweet. 5-round series. Prizes, ladies and gentlemen. $50 weekly giveaways here, as well as per usual for Rainlight Racing 2025. No different, but as well as SIMBLACKS being on board and giving away another stunning prize in the Neo X Hub. For all you guys that don't know, some super sweet gear. The Neo X Hub given away. If you guys and girls, should I say, compete in all races throughout this series, go into the draw. You don't even have to win the championship. Random draw as the boys and girls out on the grid now, just setting themselves here.
20 seconds.
Yeah, so just under 20 seconds to go before these guys and girls will head out onto that formation lap. Conditions looking favourable for race 1. A little bit of cloud. Sun's poking through the optimum conditions. Slightly up temperature on what was a qualifying session, 21 degrees ambient, 28 track. So, tyre pressures, I'd say they would have had enough time on that pre-grid format just to get those in the window and get out there. Now, we do like this GT4 series. We'll just have a little bit of a talk about that around what is the series, and the provisions around it. And just the fact that these cars run a lot less aero. Good straight line speed, some of these cars actually are
Yes.
pretty handy. However, quite the absence of electronics and aerodynamics, as I mentioned, on these compared to the GT4s. Some favour them, some not so much. I myself personally am a big fan of
Yes.
the GT4s. I think they don't probably get as much love as they should. However, the GT3s are kind of like the Formula One of tin tops, really.
Yeah.
So I can understand it, but hey, look out there at the moment. I think based on what we saw last week, Davo and viewers, we did see the Porsche and the Chevy really get out there to a great start. Obviously, Macrolos and that Chevy did a very fine job at round 1, and also did Webley as well in that Porsche. So those two top of the table. But Prin Tracy and another Porsche as well. AMG. Sorry, he did very, very well, and he looked very, very strong in the first round. So be one to watch.
Yes, and Tracy, again, in a stunningly painted car. Tracy
Beautiful.
always comes up with the goods there, J-Man, and we love a nicely painted car, don't we, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. And good to see Craig McConnell in the other AMG. Actually out-qualified Prin Tracy for this one. So he starts out of P5. So he'll just sit himself on the third row next to Mr. Nick Firth.
Nick Firth. In the Pfeffenhausen Porsche there.
So good mixed bag: Porsche, Chevy, McLaren, Chevy, Mercedes, Porsche, Mercedes, Chevy, and Lily Glass in the Aston, and then another McLaren with Lee Perkins rounding up the 10. So good mixture. Good to see James Foster once again in that just magnificent sounding Maserati sitting there at P14. New entrants tonight based on who we didn't see at round 1, Mr. Root. Also, I think we do have James Sykes. Don't remember seeing him in there. I think Wozniak joined late.
And I think maybe Gobel might be in a late entry as well, J-Man.
Yeah, and Marnie. I'm not sure if Marnie was in round 1, but
I think Marnie might be new as well. Not new to us, but definitely new to this round as the boys and girls line up here. We're all gridded up here. This is round 2 at Donington Rainlight Racing's 2025 GT4 series, and we've got a green light, and the Macrolos car gets a great jump on Webley, pulls up beside. But
watch Matty T here, inside line.
He's immediately vulnerable to Matty T. McConnell and Goddard side by side, just in behind. It's nose to tail from there, back with Tracy Firth, Perkins, Crossland.
It's busy. Dawson, little tag. The 68 car as well of Wozniak as well, I think it was. Sam Wozniak and Pete Dawson, a little bit of contact coming down through the Craner curves, but sorted it out, managed to keep pointing in the right direction. However, lost a few positions, so just a little bit of recovery there. But, out at the front, Macrolos.
Macrolos showed the nose early, but just didn't quite get it done. Made him vulnerable to Matty T, and Matty T still on his case at the moment as they run through the S's here.
Awkward bounce through the S's for Maddie. Car didn't look very receptive to the curbs there, so she'll have to just be careful of that. That's a common spot to maybe have an early rotation. And
maybe just put her back into the clutches of McConnell there a little bit as well. Tracy just tucked in behind Goddard and Firth there as well. Is that Firthy going deep there? No, that was actually Crossland in the SIMBLACKS Chevy, just running wide there.
Yeah, down at Goddard, it's just easy to outbrake yourself coming up the hill there. You want to push as deep as you can, but you certainly want to be on the inside for Goddard's to make the apex, because it's just a long way round.
Yeah, snuck in between the Perkins, McLaren and Firth's Porsche there. So very, very clever there just to keep
Macrolos with a lot of pressure, Davo. What can he do about the Webley, the 26 Porsche? He's right in there. The big Chevy. We saw the differences of these cars at Snetterton last week. You know, we saw even, I think it was the Mercedes battle, where we saw the Mercedes very receptive on the nose. On the exit, but the Camaro having very good turn, and now just really different lines there for those two coming out of Coppice, turn 8. heading down to the S's.
Just looking over the rear wing of Webley's car here, just to be interesting to see how they run through the S's here and see what can soak up the bumps a bit more. But Webley's car, the Porsche, seeming to manage it pretty well. Macrolos, the big Chevy, doing it easily there. J-Man.
That's Jonathan Warren gets the S's wrong. Dumps a heap of position. Sorry, Dave. It was just a pick up from around about P15 back down to P19. Still under fire.
Yeah, so that started a lot earlier there, J-Man, in the breakaway area. Looked like he missed his brake mark. Nearly went into the back of Lily's car there. And again, just getting that car stepped aside, luckily for himself and Glass there.
And Firth and Perkins trading spots 2 or 3 times, coming down the front straight, heading down the red gate. And I don't know who entered there first, but still it goes on. Perkins, Firth. The totem tower is switching.
It just keeps switching back and forth. We are just picking up that replay there across the start-finish line there. Perkins backing out of it. But it was Firth in the lead there earlier, J-Man. Now as the replay comes back, we've got Perkins in front, and it really has bunched up Kim and Crossland tucked in behind there now. So Crossland, good recovery from Crossland after that little faux pas in lap 1 there, or lap 2 in the final corner. So he's right back on board in the SIMBLACKS number 43 Camaro.
And look at Danny Kim's line, running it out wide. Be a big challenge under brakes here. Does he have a look to the inside? Gonna have a look down there, thinks better of it, tucks the nose back and behind the Porsche Firthy. All in the meantime, Steve Croston just sitting there watching.
Looked like he struggled to get that Merc back online there after that little look out there. And lost a little bit on the exit. Crossland, like you said, just sitting there, waiting.
Yeah, look, these guys, they can see. When they come up there, they could see the leaders. They could see Webley, Macrolos, Matty T, McConnell and co. Just up there, up the road. You know, they're all on the front straight together. So this isn't stretched out too far. However, time is a virtue here because we've already got caught away into the race. Basically, we're 10 minutes to go. So the first 5 just flicked by that quick. 3 laps into this race. Webley, Macrolos, that's a great battle. 0.3 of a second. Matty T. A little bit further back, maybe 3/4 of a second back from that, but staying well in touch. So good return race for Matty T. Crossland, a lot of pressure on Danny Kim now. The Camaro looks good. A lot of horsepower coming up the hill, Davo.
Yeah, Camaro's got the grunt. Oh, Crossland gets it tipped in there. Looks like he's going to challenge here.
Yeah, he's got a good run. Oh, there's nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Right on the bumper. It's as close as you'd want to be.
Oh, you know it. And such a blind corner. And let alone when you're up behind a big fat-ass Mercedes like that.
Yeah, certainly McLean's turn 7. It's just this. It's a very, very, it's hard enough to sight the apex when you're out there on your own. But Crossland, tucked underneath the wing of that Mercedes of Danny Kim, he did a very, very good job because he actually really got the car on point for the apex of turn 8 Coppice there, so he did a beautiful job.
Just in front of that J-Man, Perkins running wide there, very deep into the second to last corner there, allowing Firth up beside him, but really Firth not being able to deliver anything there. Perkins again looked a little bit deep.
A little change at the front too, no positional change, but Macrolos making a little bit of a mistake there, allowing Webley just to stretch out by 1.1, and he falls into the clutches of Matty now by a couple of tenths more. So a little bit of a mistake because you can already see he's just trying to stretch the legs of that Chevy coming down through the crane of curves.
And look
at the old hairpin there.
Look at Goddard McConnell there on the run down the hill there, out of 1.
And that's a good battle too. Goddard really hanging in touch with Craig McConnell there, and Bryn Tracy. He's watching brief at the moment just to see if he can get a twofer if something goes on there. And who was that? Crossland down. The Crossland falls off the back. Now gone down to P12. He was on the back with Danny Kim and Nick Firth, I believe. He was. So he's gone backwards. Not sure what happened there.
So just looks like we might have missed that in the replay there. Guys, recovery mode now for crossing. So we see Tracy on Goddard.
And it's spicy down there. You look at that. McConnell's just got a breathing gap there. But then Goddard, Tracy, Perkins, Firth, Kim. That's where you'd want to be. There's plenty of action there. Webley's just holding that 1.1 to 1.2 seconds now over Macrolos. Maddie's still 7/10 off. Although it looks a little closer.
Marnie and Worcester have been tight over that last lap there.
Yeah, well, Dawson, I think Dawson was in there at some point. He's just sort of, I think, maybe moved forward a little bit.
So got Rue on row. They're working hard. Rue in the BMW trying to chase down the Mercedes. Perkins starting to range up on the back of Tracy now. J-Man.
Well, he needed to. He needed to because Firthy was coming.
I don't know whether Firthy's got the pace to pass him, but I think Perkins is just a couple of little niggly mistakes creeping into his lap. Clearly pushing the limits, allowing Firth just to stay in touch and even show the nose every now and then. I don't think that Porsche has the pace of Perkins McLaren here tonight. Not at race 1, at least, here at Donington.
No, it seems like the Porsche's got the slightly better mid-phase of the corner, but then when I watched them come out before, out of the Melbourne hairpin turn 10 to head up the hill to Goddard's, which is a short shoot, which is where they are now. You just watch and see this McLaren just pull a couple of meters on the Porsche.
Yep.
Just looks like it's just got a little bit more drive traction, a little bit more horsepower up the hill. As he runs it a little bit wide there, but Firthy follows.
Firthy follows as well. And now just remembering, Firth's got Kim on his tail the whole time, headlights ablaze in the Mercedes. So, and that's where it's that little mistake from Firth following the McLaren in, Perkins in.
Him looking to go the long way around.
Oh, that nearly cost him there. Force Perkins to the outside. But it's not over.
No, definitely not. So Danny Kim, Nick Firth, that was incredibly tight into turn 1, and I just wondered if he had to maybe just stab the brake a little bit early and try to come down underneath Nick Firth, because Nick Firth ended up running incredibly wide out of 1. So Redgate's such a tricky corner because you're coming in so hot, and it invites you to run a little bit wide on exit.
Yeah, funny off-camber thing too, the way it just drops in like that.
Yep.
Changes back on to the long circuit. Very awkward little camber change there.
A lot of dust up in the distance there.
Look, this is getting spicy here.
I believe that's McConnell Goddard kicking up a bit of dust there, so that's getting pretty spicy as well. Now 2 seconds is the marker. Webley to Macrolos just dropped back to 1.8 on the live timing, but it's around the 2 second now. And Matty T just hovering around that 7/10 to a second behind Macrolos as well. So that's kind of stabilised with around 4 minutes to go left in this race. So once again, the battle back with Kim Firth, also Perkins, Tracy, Crossland, Goebel is another good battle. Also, Warren Marnie has been a great battle throughout the duration of this race so far. So plenty going on with only 3 3/4 minutes to go.
Yeah, plenty going on, Jamie. These races just epically fast, and look, no time to muck around with these this length of race. You really got to get knuckle in and get it done. Goebel and Crossland there. Crossland goes around him. Out of 1, gets it done. Let's see if we can get a replay on that.
Fun fact, as you go to the replay, Lee Perkins McLaren, we're talking about the power that it's got over the likes of Nick Firth's Porsche. It is the quickest car in a straight line here, 224 k an hour.
Well, there you go. Who would have thought?
Versus Webley's Porsche, who's leading the race at 216, so quite a difference.
Matty T starting to range up on the back of Macrolos to J-Man as we wind down. A little under 3 minutes to go here. We've still got Perkins ranging up on the back of Tracy, and we just picked up on that replay with Goebel just making a little mistake, getting a wheel in the dirt out of 1, allowing Crossland in the number 43 SIMBLACKS Camaro past. So ramping up, final couple of minutes.
Perkins stepping up the pace, mate, because last round was a 35.3 versus Firthy's 35.9. and Danny Kim's 36.2. So that's all about Lee Perkins, the fast guy out there at the moment with the 224 top speed, and the 33 McLaren is definitely on the hunt with only what'll be probably 2 more laps to go based on Webley's track position. Now Webley's got 2.7 seconds over Macrolos now. So Macrolos, as you mentioned, falling into the clutches of Matty T, can't afford to make any more mistakes. Can the leader of this championship right now? This is 1 of 3 tonight. Still 2 more qualifying sessions. Still 2 more races. So it is the best of 3 to take the round. G'day, Matty Clark. Good to have you tuning in, mate. And who was that position there? So that was Sykes. And Mr. Root trading a spot out there on track. And we have got Matty Clark tuning in from pit lane, so not sure what's happened to Matty, whether he was just late to arrive and maybe just decided to have a bit of a watch and compete in race 2 and 3, hopefully. Lee Perkins now, heaps of pressure on Prince Tracy. A lot of pressure in the final stages of this race.
Got the row also on Dawson, as we just see Dawson just take out one of the bollards there. I think that was turn 7. J-Man, you were commenting on it earlier, very blind. Just making a little bit of space for the extra wide Camaro there. But yeah, he's got plenty to think about with Gunther Rowe hot on his heels.
Leader is on the final race, as you just heard from race director. So that is Webley about to go one more time. Matty T with all the pressure now on Costas Macrolos. Can she do it? Is there somewhere? I feel like they're both about maxed out, so it'll be about mistakes. And a big mistake for Prince Tracy gets a drive through. That will be all about track limits, and that's possibly down at the S's. So in between,
7 and 8. 7 and 9.
No, down at turn 9, the S's before Melbourne hairpin. So it'll be all about that inside cut there. So that's a real shame, because a drive through on the final lap is going to cost you no matter which way it looks. So that'll be music to Perkins, Firthy, Kim, and so
take a bit of pressure off
of the field.
Yep.
Maddie now, a 1/10 of a second, right on the back of Macrolos. Heaps of pressure with the final lap. So she's turned the wick up.
Foster going backward.
McLaren for the final lap. Where can she have a look? Can she have a look down here at the S's? This is her chance. Dives to the inside. Going to be big under brakes. Pulls right up inside. Puts a lot of pressure. They're going to go side by side. Get a little bit of hip and shoulder. Makes Macrolos run through the chicane. He comes out better on the other side. Still close as you like.
Wow.
Coming down.
Just wow.
To Melbourne hairpin there.
Very close. Very, very.
And she's still not done. There's still one more corner to run. She takes an alternate line here. She stays out really, really wide and cuts back compared to the Camaro. Looks for a good drive, but it'll be all about Brandon Webley crossing the line to take race 1 here at round 2 over Macrolos. Holds out from Matty T. Craig McConnell with a good drive. Goddard right on his heels at the end of the race, and I'm pretty sure that's how it was for the duration of that 15 minutes.
Yeah, look.
With a drive through Lee Perkins, Nick Firth, Danny Kim, Crossland, Goebel, Lily Glass, Foster, Dawson, Rowe, Worcester, Marnie, Wozniak, Mr. Rue, Sykes, and Warren make out the field.
They're running through very, very quickly. 15-minute races. This field is still well bunched as they come across the start-finish line there, J-Man.
Also, Perkins and Tracy both got plus 30 seconds. So that means Perkins must have copped
Perkins copped one as well. So is that going to put Firthy up?
That puts Tracy and Perkins down to 19th and 20th, respectfully, I think, in the race.
Firthy and who was behind? Oh, Danny Kim.
Danny Kim, Steve Cross, and Ben
Goebel.
Lily Glass makes top 10 through that result.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Look, it changed up as it went across the line there. Quick fire racing, quick fire qualifying, and we are going to have a quick fire intermission, ladies and gentlemen. So don't go anywhere. Flick us a comment, hit the like and subscribe. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening again. You have joined MATCHFIT Entertainment's official coverage of Rainlight Racing's 2025 GT4 Series 8. It is round 2. We are at Donington. It is an awesome night here once again for Rainlight Racing in the 2025 GT4 Series. I'm Davo, J-Man right by my side. How was that first race, J-Man?
Mate, that was mega. These guys never fail, and girls never fail to turn it up here. I was just mentioning to you about the importance of what qualifying does to a short format race like this. I don't think the top five actually may or may not have actually changed by much from their qualifying positions. I actually think the status quo. But
yeah, if at all, that's right.
Yeah, so it just shows the importance, and someone that knows the importance about these things is your Costas Macrolos there. He's out there in the Chevy. He put a lot of pressure on Webley to start with, but nonetheless couldn't get it done, and ended up being a few seconds difference. Now, I just wonder whether some of that was just, I picked up on a comment at the back end of the race in the chat that he ran out of fuel on the start-finish straight at the end of the race. So I just wonder if there was a little bit of fuel management there. We saw the gap was pretty static at around about 3 to 5 tenths a second for a good portion of it, and then it peeled out to a second, then it peeled out to nearly 3. So no doubt he's probably chucked a couple more litres in that big
for sure
big Chevy.
for sure and look, just given how short these races are and the advantages you need to pull this stuff off, obviously these guys running these things down to the fumes and in their fuel loads. So it's critical, as much as track's position is, and obviously push the limits there a little bit as we see him run out there. But like you said, he'll probably have 1 or 2 litres, maybe more back in that car. A little bit extra to push that Camaro across the start-finish line without the help of Matty T this race. But look, we are talking about what happened in race 1. We are talking about Rainlight Racing's 2025 GT4 series. Like last week, we are here again. We are here at Donington for 3 15-minute short, quick-fire races with 5-minute qualifying sessions. There's only 2 minutes left to go. These guys and girls, mind you, pretty well running hot laps. We've got an out lap, a banker, and then you might push on that last lap, and that's all we talked about, wasn't it, in our break, J-Man? Was about
a very tidy lap coming here from
Macrolos. There it is.
34, and it's very similar to the 34.3 that he ran
now
in Q1. So he's got that thing on dial-up, mate. When he wants it, it's there to go low 34s.
So we will switch to the Webley car here, J-Man. Where's Matty T on her lap 2 there? I think she is still a bit further back. So Webley, we will want to watch this car just to see where he pokes the Porsche in on that leaderboard there, J-Man. Again,
I expected to be pretty close.
Again, SIMBLACKS on board again with Rainlight Racing in 2025.
34.295.
How close is that?
10th of a second.
10th of a second.
Yeah. And then we do have Danny Kim with a great qualifying so far. He's a 10th up, around about a 10th up. Now he ran a 34.992. So only 3 drivers in the 34s at the moment. Goddard perilously close on a 35.0. But however, we saw a strong performance in qualifying in Q1 out of Craig McConnell. So it'll be interesting to see what Craig can deliver. If he can jump back down into the 34s, he's just coming up in behind.
He's got some pace there at the moment. He's over half a second up on his lap time.
Yep. Oh, why is Macrolos's Delta is screaming? I saw 4 tenths coming into the final corner. He's got dumped a lot of it, but it may be enough, and goes 34.1 over Webley's 34.295. So these guys are trading for one side of the road to the other.
So Webley he'll be working hard for the top spot there, J-Man.
He needs a 10th and a half. He does need a 10th and a half, and Tracy in there now. He goes 34.8 just to pip Danny Kim down 1 more spot. But Danny Kim's got a 10th and a half. up his sleeve as he comes around the final corner as well. So he's likely to grab
Per-
that back from
and-
Tracy, but
And
not quite.
Perkins coming as well. J-Man.
Webley
McConnell
misses out by
McConnell
a half a 10.
as well, looking for improvement.
Perkins to top 3.
Oh, nice work.
34-7. So
Now we
that was
saw
a
that.
great last one.
We did see the form from that that McLaren in race 1. That does not surprise me, J-Man. Tracy.
Yeah, Tracy managed to, his timing wise was good. He's going to be there at the back end of the session. It's going to be one of the last cars to complete his lap, and he's got a couple of tenths. Maddie now pops a name in the list.
There it is.
P4
Yep.
On a 34-7. So can Tracy go 34-6 and go second row? Can he grab Perkins
Oh, he does. Look,
here?
look. Good work for Perkins to pip Maddie T. Actually, Maddie T blew her first flyer, so sort of really had to rely on that second one. But Tracy to pip the both of them there. Nice work.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So
there you go. Macrolos gets one over Webley there. So it'll be all about the start procedure for those two. We saw them trading very, very early on. However, Webley getting the better of that race 1. So that's going to be an interesting start procedure. Once again, Perkins, very, very good qualifying. Tracy, very good as well. Maddie, Danny Kim, Goddard. Once again, that's 2 great qualifying performances from Goddard there. Crossan, slightly better qualifying in Q2. Firthy in the hunt, down a little bit. But Craig McConnell's the one for me. He was top 5 qualifying Q1. Just didn't quite have the goods there. Dawson with a slightly better qualifying this one. Notable names as well, I think. Okay, no, everything looks pretty good outside of that. Just a little bit of a shuffle round. I think, with Tracy just doing a slightly better job back corner there, and then Crossan.
And Perkins as well, J-Man. Both of those guys were behind Matty T in qualifying in race 1. So Kim as well, sneaking up there nicely. Danny Kim was chasing the back of Nick Firth's car for most of that race 1. So, some improvements there. So, a few tweaks, I think, to the setup maybe. Hey?
Yeah, a little bit of tuning on the flight.
So, we'll look at current points. J-Man.
Yeah, so as you mentioned earlier, so Macrolos coming out of round 1 very, very well over Brandon Webley. And then Tracy. So that bodes well for Bryn Tracy, actually, because what you're looking at, Macrolos, Webley, Tracy, that is the top 3 in the championship. That is the top 3 in Q2, interestingly enough. P4, Nick Firth over Dawson, McConnell, Crossland, Kim, Rowe, and Foster round out the 10. So interesting that other than Rowe, all the rest of them, Rowe and Dawson are the guys that are up there. McConnell just outside the 10 as well. So a little bit of a mix-up. Netherton really did favour, I think, some drivers as opposed to maybe cars. It's not a track that most of us frequent often.
No, like a little bit more technical than Donington here. Donington still can bite you very, very easily. But, definitely a lot flowier track than Snetterton. And,
and then we can just press on and, as they say, the show must go on. So I guess I'll just keep ad-lib right now.
Yes, the show must go on. J-Man, you're correct. And, yes, look, we have had some techie issues over the past few weeks. So we are just going to keep what we're doing here. And
I think there was a little bit of talk during the week about, could we or couldn't we dig a cable from NZ under there, given the internet down under down here is pretty fantastic. So it'd be interesting to see if we can, maybe send one down the tubes over there. But however, nonetheless, we will press on with this and see what we can do with this broadcast. Nonetheless, the cars are coming down to the Melbourne hairpin as they roll around there now. A lot of intent at the front here from Macrolos and Webley. They're just really looking like there was a little bit of gamesmanship on this formation lap. There's plenty of intent as we just start heading up to Goddard's here. Turn 11 around the final corner. These front two carrying a really good pace. The director of the game, the actual game procedure, is going to slow them up a little bit, just to check the field up and make sure that everybody gets an equal shot at trying to get this thing going.
Oh, definitely.
March along, and then we get a
green light.
Yeah.
So
Macrolos with a good start this time. And who's that? That's Prince Tracy down the inside. A little bit of hip and leans on the
Webley car immediately, yes.
And look what that's done straight away for Macrolos. Just that little bit of hesitation between those two cars for second and third. It's just allowed Webley just to check out already. And that's not done. And now we see that'll be Lee Perkins starting to challenge Prince Tracy down through the train of curves to the old hairpin. Turn 4 as they now head up the hill. Head up towards Starkey's Bridge. McLean's this blind right-hander. Struggle to find the apex, the correct point to turn in. It's uphill. Makes you want to push deep because you've got plenty of gravity there to grab the brake late, turn in. And then they come out of this turn 8 coppice. Try and get the car, unwind the steering, get as much of that drag off that front tyre as you can. Heading down the hill, down to what is turn 9, the S's. Big look, big dive out. Just before they grabbed the brake pedal there from Lee Perkins. I don't know if that's just a little bit of a, hey mate, I'm still here, or feeling the car out on the opening lap, but it was nonetheless, it was pretty entertaining. Oh, and he gets it wrong. He has to open the steering up and runs right
very deep
down at Melbourne hairpin, and just save everybody else. He took himself out there, so it's a noble move there from Lee Perkins. However, that's a very hard one to recover from in a 15-minute race, and it's stabilised at the front with Webley Tracy, Davo. What else can you see? We see a rotation between McConnell and it looks like Pete Dawson at Goddard's. That didn't look awkward
at all,
maybe.
As we just see 3 wide into 1 row, McDonald Dawson, as they try and smooth things out. I think that might be Rowe, and Wozniak's getting involved. Look at how hectic this is.
3's a crowd, 6 is a party.
Woohoo! So Dawson and Wozniak swapping positions there as well. Just up in front, you've got that Crossland-Firth Goble battle. But the fight is here.
It is there. Although I tell you what, Firth Crossland, Goble, that is absolutely on. Couple of Chevys ganging up on the Porsche.
Firth dodging the draft.
Yeah, he was dodging the draft, I think. So, look, McConnell Dawson on recovery mode. Oh, McConnell with a good run out of the S is going to put a lot of pressure on Gunther Rowe. Gunther Rowe goes to the inside to cover, down to the hairpin, and he just absolutely runs out of brakes in the Mercedes down there. Does Gunther Rowe sails on? Second car we've seen in as many laps down there at the Melbourne hairpin. Turn 10, just sail on straight by. First off, it was Lee Perkins. Second guy to do it was Gunther Rowe. So that's
that's unfortunate. That looked very awkward. It almost looked like a hardware failure, that J-Man.
Oh, I think it was just over-ambitious defence, I think, mate, more to the point. Anyway.
Matty T, back to the business. Matty T on Tracy here. Tracy just removing a bollard or two here, making space for the Mercedes, and maybe Matty behind. So they go at it.
Oh, yeah, she's really
up the hill.
Heat on. We saw her put a lot of heat on the back of Macrolos right through that race 1. Now she's going to do the same to Prince Tracy. Who's that? Lily Glass now putting a lot of pressure on the Maserati of Foster, which is cool to see.
So yeah, glass starting to work. And that glorious sounding Maserati too, mind you, Jamie.
Oh, you could sell the audio, couldn't you?
Oh, 100%. Still got Crossland, Goebel and Crossland. These guys were going at it in race 1. J-Man, they're tucked in behind Nick Firth. Nick Firth with a little bit of breathing space back to the 2 Chevys. And he's actually in a bit of clean air there. Goddard and Kim in front. And Crossland and Goebel tucked in behind.
Yeah, pretty good recovery there from McConnell Dawson, because when I looked at lap 1, end of lap 1 down at Goddard's, they were in a pretty tricky situation down there. So they've sort of eyes forward and pressed on, sorted it out. Now they probably try and work their way up to Goebel Crossland, but that'll be no easy feat. There's around about 1.6 seconds the margin, and they're lapping very similar. So I'll give you an update on that. Crossland, Goebel 35.4, 35.2. McConnell 35.1, Dawson 35.2, so not a lot in it, maybe a few tenths. So they keep at it over the next 9.5 minutes and they'll get there, but getting there's one thing, passing's another. So, Matty T.
Big touch. Was it a touch? I don't know. It looked like one.
Bit of Morse code.
Bit of gizzing.
Yeah, bit of gizzing. And also Goddard with Kim now. That's really spiced up. Now, who's that besides Steve Crossland? That would be
Goebel.
Ben Goebel having a look down the outside. It's a long way around there, but if he can make it live, then he can't. He's just going to cut through there. Probably have to readdress that. But I think,
and a big wriggle. Who's that? That's McConnell.
He's going to get an inside move here if he can pull it up. Oh, and he does pull it up down the inside.
It's a big stop, isn't it, from the inside there?
Melbourne. Yep.
Very awkward corner, J-Man. It's basically just doing a U-turn on the freeway.
Wow. Good stuff. And that becomes
that's
a four-way
Dawson.
now.
That's Dawson up in amongst that as well. Don't forget, we still have the Matty T Tracy battle going on in front. We've got Warren and Wazzy still going at it as well, and that's actually quite a heated battle.
Oh, he's having a look down the inside.
As Warren definitely sticking the McLaren down the inside, and look at the Maserati of Foster's right there. That's glass tucked in behind, and it goes back. It's Rue and Worcester and bloody Mahoney.
Look at this move here from Warren.
Pulls it off, but look at the Mazda.
Oh, beautiful placement of the car there. I think the Mazda might just suffer a little bit on horsepower over some of these other cars, but what it lacks in horsepower it makes up on handling, I think. So it does look very, very good.
Yeah, very close quarters racing.
Tight.
That
inside
is.
Move there for Foster. Let's check the horsepower down the straight against the Chev. Doesn't look too bad.
It doesn't look bad at all, actually. Chev on the inside here.
Oh, look, and the Maserati makes the apex both.
Oh,
look at sideways on the exit. Beautiful driving.
Yeah,
and this will be Warren. This will be Jonathan Warren having a look down the inside. Look how busy this pack
off. Was he getting involved? Glass is in there. It's getting messy.
Worcester, Mr. Rue, Marnie, Lily Glass, they're all in there.
Oh, Warren
is in there as well.
Foster and Warren will be glad to see the back of that. Look at the melee going on in the background. It's 6.5 minutes to go. It is on.
Oh, it's on between Matty T and Prune Tracy as well. She's just absolutely monster in the back of that Mercedes at the moment.
Oh, looks good. No, Marnie off. Glass pass. Tough.
Dawson, Crossman, Goebel. That's a battle still raging on too, Dave. Where do you look?
The Chevy trio here.
It's the three generals.
Yeah, we got the SIMBLACKS number 43 Steve Crossland car sandwiched in between Goebel and Dawson here. And look at the lines. Like vastly different lines. Same car, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, I'm looking up the road at Matty T once again. She is absolutely hounding Prune Tracy. She's going to have a big look sooner or later.
And we've got Firth on Goddard, J-Man.
Yeah, had a big look. Had a look to the right-hand side there, heading down to Melbourne. But thought better of it. Still 5 3/4 minutes to go.
Crossland actually dropped back there. Let's quickly see if we can pick that up on a replay. He was that meat in the sandwich there. We were just talking about the vastly different lines as they come out of that bind right-hander and they run down to the S's here in the replay.
Yep.
Oh, Crossland misses his mark. Got a little. I think he might have got the front right out in the grass there a little bit. Just did not want to stop. Wriggles that car off to the side. Kim, Goddard passed Kim as well while we were watching that replay. J-Man, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was just about to mention that Webley bridged the gap down to Macrolos. There's nothing in that with 5 minutes to go. So he's worked on that for the duration of the race, just trying to close that margin, and he's closed it down. So can the race one winner put a move on Macrolos and try and do the business? As we mentioned, we think that Macrolos has probably got enough fuel to go the full distance this one, rather than be pushed across the line. Matty T though, Prin Tracy, this is just an epic battle. So much respect, but no quarter given. Big look down the inside, just not quite good enough on the brakes, but has that forced,
Tracy runs deep.
Tracy into
it has forced him into a mistake, J-Man, and a big one.
Just the pressure. That's what she was pressuring for, was all of that equated to that, just getting him slightly off a line. Great driving. Macrolos still holding on. Drive through for Sam Wozniak.
Oh, that'll be
infringement.
That definitely will be.
Oh, and he absolutely sends it down into Melbourne hairpin, takes out Jonathan Warren in the process. Warren carrying a bit of front right damage, I would think, from that.
Oh, just pick it up on the replay. Not good, J-Man. So, look, it won't be the first, because we've seen a few go off there already tonight. Tricky little braking area there. Easy to get unsighted, all of us, and just comes up on you so quick. Tricky stuff. Danny Kim chasing down Goddard at the moment. We see a bit of dust out in front. That'll be Tracy's car, I suspect. The other Mercedes trailing.
Look at the tighter line that Nick Firth can run up through 7 and 8 there. He just can get that car down a little shallower than the Mercedes and the Camaro in front of him. How it just struggles a little bit for the drive traction on the way out. So he's faster in the mid phase of the corner in that Porsche, but then just suffers a little bit once they lay the power down.
Yep.
Big move coming here from Danny Kim on Goddard. Here it goes. Big look down the inside. Can he pull the car up? Yes, he can. Holds him wide.
Oh, Firthy's in there. He wants a part of that. He's coming with.
So the Chevy should have the inside here because it's got the power up the hill.
Gets the switch back.
Firthy's eyes would have lit up there, and then very quickly. Bloody Goddard, Indian give that corner.
Look, these guys working. Guys and girls working hard for their positions there, J-Man. As we look over the rear wing of Goddard's car.
Sorry, I just see Macrolos pushing hard down through the Crane of curves and like literally dropping a wheel out on the outside grass, and he's got it. There's only 1 3/4 minutes left to go, and he's got Webley powering down on him.
Yeah, pushing hard right to the end of these races.
As is Firthy's Firthenhaus Porsche.
The Firthenhausen.
The Firthenhausen. Filthy Firthenhausen.
The filthy Firthenhausen.
And he's all over it. Look at that. There goes that tight line again. Out of turn 8, out of Coppice. It's a great line. It puts him in a good position. Just can't get... Oh, he's just got to be careful he doesn't get too wide coming down there. Puts a lot of pressure on Goddard. Coming down to the S's. Be looking to try and...
Oh, look at Kim. That's Kim.
Kim making a mistake. Hang in there, Firthy.
So there's a change of position. Goddard just sneak a pass. Oh, Kim recovers.
Under brakes.
He just was totally lost his rhythm there, didn't he? Oh, and here we go. They're going to fight. They're going to fight here. Come on, boys, sort it out or fight. Get the elbows out and let me through.
0.4 of a second separates the first and second place as they embark on the last lap, 2 viewers and Davo. So that one there is going to go right down the wire. 0.3 of a second. Don't even need to mention the gaps, actually. Danny Kim, Nick Firth.
And Dawson McConnell as well.
Yeah, Dawson McConnell's heated right up, but it's been like that since that little bit of contact at Goddard's. Speaking of Goddard, he's doing a great job holding off Danny Kim and Nick Firth at the moment for this final lap. And we've also got Marnie. Who was that? Sorry, that was Gunther Rowe. Okay, I just seen the numbers shifting around, Mr. Roux, Sykes and Warren, but no, it should be back to the front. Webley, one last look at the S's on Macrolos. Macrolos doesn't make any mistakes this lap through. He'll only get a couple more looks. One will be down here at the Melbourne hairpin. Oh, and Macrolos is deep, but he'll have the drive. He'll have the drive up the outside.
I thought I almost saw a hint of a Scando flick from Webley there going.
Yep. And look, he's going to square this one up, hold it down on the apex here and just drive that thing off the corner beautifully straight. And that'll be all she wrote. Costas Macrolos grabs race 2 over Brandon Webley. So they're 1-1 apiece now. Matty T with a solid finish there. Fell off the back a little bit of Webley, did she, at about the 3/4
And then Tracy, and then what is going on behind is, after Tracy is Goddard, Kim Firth.
Chuck a sheet over them.
Absolutely. Then we have McConnell, Dawson. Then we've got Goebel, Crossland and Foster.
Yep. All quick fire. Lily Glass, Gunther Rowe, Marnie and Mr. Roux. Is that done?
Oh, here we go. No, it's not. Oh, maybe it is. There was a change of positions there. Marnie had snuck past.
Yep.
Sykes.
And then we've got Sykes, Warren, Worcester, all in quick succession. And we did have retirement there from Wozniak and Perkins. So Perkins went early. That was down at turn 10, Melbourne hairpin. Just not sure that was a mechanical hardware or something. But it went bad pretty early of what was a speedy car, that 3 McLaren, so that was a shame. Hopefully
Hell yes.
Race 3, Q3. But yeah, that is it there. Costas Macrolos take a bow over Brandon Webley, Matty T around out the podium for race 2, Davo.
Round 2, race 2, round 2 here at Donington. Ladies and gentlemen, Rainlight Racing's 2025 GT4 series, proudly brought to you by SIMBLACKS, True to Life Racing Designs, Crossy 43 and MATCHFIT Entertainment. We are going to take a short break. Back in a moment. Welcome back, everyone, to Rainlight Racing's 2025 GT4 Series 8, Round 2 at Donington. This is the official coverage, ladies and gentlemen, if you tune back in. I'm Davo, J-Man right by my side. This is race 2, qualifying 2, quali 2.
This is race 3, Q3, sorry.
Oh, Q3 race.
And just an update on that, viewers, for those of you who are just tuning back in, we will probably, more than likely, get race 2 up as an edit after the fact.
Yes, a delayed broadcast, yes.
Yeah, delayed broadcast on that. We did manage to record that one, obviously live for us, not live for you, so we'll get that to you. But nonetheless, what are you seeing, David? You're seeing what I'm seeing? It is
Brandon Webley. It is 9 o'clock at night. It's Brandon Webley, headlights ablaze in the Porsche, just removing a few bollards there, just adjusting the apexes, you know, just
suit a little more wriggle room.
Just suit the Porsche's preferred line, let's say. So, yeah, Q3, race 3 here. We must thank the good people at SIMBLACKS, True to Life Racing Designs, Crossy 43 and MATCHFIT Entertainment, again, for bringing all this goodness. SIMBLACKS, of course, giving away, again, some awesome stuff, awesome pieces of kit at the end of the season, with it being a Neo X hub. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, Google that stuff. Primo piece of kit. Actually, click up a little bit of a graphic of it there so you can have a look. And obviously these guys giving away $50 every week as we see the sparks fly from the likes of Brandon Webley's Porsche J-Man. 9 o'clock at night at Donington. Whew, if Donington wasn't hard enough.
Do it in the dark.
Do it in the dark. These corners are blind. So, scary stuff. Looking forward to this one, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. We are looking at a night quali and then a night race, which will be pretty entertaining. I think we'll get some cool pictures out of this one. As you mentioned, a bit of sparks and yeah, certainly some reflections around the place that we haven't seen already tonight. So pretty cool stuff as we just picked up on that lap. Webley, the first car out. Now, hopefully that Camaro just gives him a little bit of space because he is on a flyer. And I think it does as he heads down into the Melbourne hairpin. And that was the 23 car of
so yeah,
Goble that he just went around.
Yes.
So that was Webley.
So Webley in the Porsche.
He'll be your first indicative time.
Yep.
He was the first one out there. And looking for a low 34 again. Can he do it in the dark? 34.4.
Oh, he's done it. Macrolos just rounding the final corner. J-Man not too far behind. We must look at the likes of, obviously, McConnell already just snuck up there into 5th provisionally.
Yeah, Firthy with a good banker at a 35.2.
Firthy, excellent work from Firthy there.
Now, where is
Perkins? Perko, I think, is one we need to just get some eyes on here as well.
Retires the car early too. 35.880 and retires the car. Same with Gunther Rowe. So maybe they just didn't have enough time to get around or made a mistake. But that's the end of their qualifying. Dawson with a better qualifying now. 35.430. Sees him up inside the top
provisionally.
5.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Perkins sneaking into the 7. Allows him another lap though, J-Man. So he will continue on.
Yep.
Webley improving and considerably, actually, just rolling out of, is it turn 9 into the final corner.
Go and get your eyes on the Maserati for a couple of corners made on its own with nothing else to obstruct the harmonics of that thing. He's up there around 3.5 to 4 tenths up on a 36.6. So he's looking to make improvement over Lily Glass and maybe Perkins there. But that thing is glorious to the ear. It does look good in the dark too.
Yes, look, the red hot pipes of the Maserati, flames are flicking, and that glorious sound, like we keep mentioning, Beautiful. And look, pretty handy lap. Provisional 9th.
Yeah, now Webley got, what has Webley got? So 34.2 for Macrolos. Webley needs to make a couple of tenths, or 10th.5 just over. Just about plateaued out with his time at the moment. It's only got the S's, Melbourne, Hairpin, and Goddard's to try and make something from it. What can he do? Oh, he grabs a 10th down through the S's. That's the first part, 10th.5. Just, he's right on the time of Macrolos is to my live delta at the moment. He's about 4 tenths up on the Macrolos time at the moment. Can he carry it through? He's 2.5 tenths up. This would be enough. This would be enough to go to the top. One more corner to negate. Can he hold this margin of 2.5, 3.5 tenths now? Bleeds it back a little bit, 2.5 tenths. He's going to go to the top on this. He's going to go
definitely.
34.197 to the top.
So again, some good close times. What are we looking
Noble
at?
with an improvement here. No, must have been a track cut there. 36.9. So there you go. Webley over Macrolos, Tracy, Firth, Dawson, Goddard, Rowe, McConnell, Perkins. So the usual suspects in there. I guess the one out, or two of them outside that I would have expected there. Danny Kim 19th and Steve Crossland 15th. Just not quite the qualifying performance that we'd expect out of those two. However, they'll race incredibly well, and hopefully they can come through and battle those guys, because Crossland was in a great battle early on, race 2 there, as was Danny Kim, was having an absolute epic battle as well. So, yeah, another good qualifying there from Webley and Macrolos.
Absolutely.
This is to see who takes overall honours if they stay somewhere there or thereabouts. Does that track look wet to you?
It does. And it looks very dark out there, J-Man. So are we going to get the double whammy here, or the triple whammy? Donington, rain, night, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Let's just get some vision on this, actually, because...
Sending out apologies for Matty T, and hopefully you get well soon, Matty. Hope you don't feel too bad and you get over whatever it is pretty quickly. We'll miss you out there for this third race.
Oh, absolutely.
But, incredible race 1 and 2, Matty, if you're listening. Very entertaining, mate. Get well soon, and we will press on. And what is this weather doing? It is raining, likely to decrease. Other poor conditions inside 10 minutes and then clear up. However, let's try and get a read on who's starting on what. Okay, so first up, we'll have a look at Webley on a wet tyre. Macrolos wet. We'll go through the field, viewers, see if anybody's going to do anything a little different here.
You know they're going to be scrambling, mate. You know they are.
Okay, first car, Lily Glass. Oh, no, hang on. Just changed the tyre as we spoke. So she just changed.
So what's the forecast here? So it looks like it's going to
get
dry. Yeah.
It's going to get dry. Yeah.
Look, they've still got to race a few laps on this wet track, though, in the dark. This is going to be hectic, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Roo on a dry tyre.
Wow.
Mr. Roo on a dry tyre.
Is that
just remember that.
Is that the only car on a dry tyre?
That's the only one that I could see. I'll just go back through.
Wow. Good luck.
Oh, no, Lily Glass hasn't made the race start. She must have gone back for a set of tyres.
Glass in the pit. Just pick up on that. No, we won't.
Yeah, Mr. Roo, the only guy out there on a dry tyre. Watch that space.
Look, let's just get out of one of these cars. We'll get out of Goebel's car at the moment, tucked in behind Foster's Maserati. And he, mate, headlights ablaze, the spray. My. This is what...
no, that's hectic.
That's what these drivers have got to look forward to. Unbelievable.
Yeah, as if the dark wasn't hard enough.
Right. Race 3, round 2 here at Donington is going to be hectic. J-Man. Looking forward to it.
Oh, this is going to be amazing. I'm just
Look.
wondering.
Oh, look, the Brandon Webley's, Bacalos's, Tracy, I think Firth as well. Like, that top 5 are going to be so glad they are up the pointy
Hang on.
end. So.
Hang on a second. Here's a crazy stat for you. Brandon Webley, out of pole position, is starting on a dry tyre.
Okay.
So it's Webley and Mr. Roux on a dry tyre. The rest of the field are running wets. What does that do?
You've heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Put your bets in. Put your bets in. Oh, again, as the Porsche just
Ditches the tyre bundle.
Just needs to adjust the apexes for the driving style here. Webley in the Porsche. Macalos in the Chevy. As they start to
Anything
form
that worries
up.
me with Webley's tyre selection here is the temperature, Dave. It's only 13 degrees. And who's that? That's
Perkins.
around
Perky. Perko.
Melbourne.
He's just going to have to sneak back up there just quickly, get his position. These guys.
Now, am I correct of the
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rain Light Racing's 2025 GT4 Series, round 2 at Donington, race 3 in the rain at night. Hold on to your hats.
All right, now, is this a masterclass for Webley on the dry tyre, or is this an absolute mistake?
So Webley,
why is he
so far back? Macrolos in front. Webley started way back.
I'm not sure what's gone on there. Webley had a P7. I'm not sure what's gone on there.
Even on the form up, he looked like he was in second position, but he moved way further back than that as we just see him all through at the bottom of the hill there.
Yeah, remember he's on a dry tyre.
Unusual start format there. Let's get on Webley's car actually and just see how he's handling that situation there. I think that's Perkins off. Yes, it is.
It is Perkins off. Yep.
Is Perkins on a wet?
Yes, he is. Yep.
So struggling with that Goebel, going backwards. Oh, God, go. Is it Rowe, actually? Just losing a position to Goddard.
Webley trying to put a move here on his dry tyre already on Pete Dawson. I think's better of it. Doesn't have the brakes underneath him yet. Although he's going to get the run.
Can he make it stick?
Well, look,
like literally, can he make that thing stick?
Well, how long? The rain's already stopped.
And it will only take a couple of laps, won't it?
Yeah, well, the temperature is down. However, could he be on the right thing here? Now, Marnie, he's just lost the position to Worcester. Although Marnie back up the inside, is going to grab that back. And then I think Worcester's going to grab that back on the exit. He does. It's a battle of the Porsches down the back.
So Marnie and Worcester, toing and froing, just in behind this Webley battle. Oh, as we see, that's...
Oh, a bit of hip and shoulder with Webley.
So that's Dawson getting very loose in front in the Chevy, on a wet tyre, mind you.
Yep.
Webley was tucked up on the outside. Again, Dawson very wide.
Oh, Dawson wide and Webley sideways.
So really making it work around the outside.
Dry tyre already starting to work here, Davo. Already starting to work. So, Macrolos, 2.4 seconds over Prune Tracy. Nothing between Tracy and Firth. Firth having a much better run. Race 3 here. Goddard, I tell you what, Goddard will be somewhere in this overall for the night. It'll be interesting to see what the calculator says with that, because he's had an absolutely fantastic night here at Donington Park.
Oh, it's Tracy. Tracy runs through the S's there, J-Man.
Yep. Webley with a move now on Gunther Rowe. So those tyres are already coming alive for Brandon Webley. Those slick tyres in these conditions looking pretty formidable. Gunther just hangs it around the outside though, so still got a little bit more grip there down at Melbourne. Yeah, GT4 series, mate. 5-round series there, Mr. Riding with Tim. Great Series 2 Rain Light Racing are putting on here. This is race 3 of round 2. Macrolos 3 seconds over Tracy now. Let me get a read on the times of 40.997.
Oh, who was that? Someone just sneak into the pits. That was Marnie.
It was Marnie. James Marnie is... Joseph Marnie is in there. What's he up to? Set of tyres, you think? I think so.
You would expect so, wouldn't you? Oh, as we just see Firth. Firth on Tracy. Down at the bottom.
On the inside.
He's going to get it done.
Where did he do that down through the Craner curves? Did he come up through the old hairpin? Very close.
Side by side.
He's going to be on the right side for McLean's and then into Coppice. And we've seen him. He's been pretty good at the apex there all night.
Looking out of the front of Goddard's car, but look at in the rear view of Goddard's car. That is Gunther Rowe. Gunther Rowe up on the inside. He's taken out the bollards. He's kept that together.
It's impressive stuff.
Just get a replay on this.
Fastest car out there at the moment is Lily Glass. She's on a wet tyre with a 40.8. She's currently 18th position behind Perkins.
So a little bit of a change of positions from Foster and McConnell there. Looks like Foster may have redressed there.
Yeah, there was something going on.
Yep. So a little sneaky little change of position there. So look at the positions. J-Man, Macrolos, Firth, Tracy Goddard, Rowe, Webley, Dawson. Now Webley on the march though, on a drying track, on a dry tyre, as he ranges up on the back of Rowe. Still a lot of spray around. Wipers are on.
Yeah, 39.1 now for Macrolos last lap round, so he's really got those wet tyres.
Goddard on Tracy, just in front there, you can see it.
Yeah.
Out of the front here, we're on board with Webley here, but you can see that battle going on just forward of Rowe there. Goddard on Tracy.
Oh, Dawson.
Oh, geez, still looks very shiny and slippery out there. Oh, mate. Just looking at Gunther really manhandling that car. Trace losing a position to Goddard.
Yep. So I'd be interested to see. I mean, Webley's tucked up behind Gunther Rowe. Gunther Rowe having a much better race 3. Oh, he's big under brakes down there. Can he pull it up? Yeah, he can. The 580 Merc down at the S's look very good. Now, Webley vulnerable here to Pete Dawson. Dawson have a big look down the inside into Melbourne. The outside line does work if you can live there on the way out and then on the way up to...
Well, that's it. If you can make it work, Crossland, Kim on Crossland as well.
Yep. So it's a position gain for Danny Kim.
So just picking that up in the replay there, Crossland
really
didn't have much to do with.
McConnell is dropping. What happened there?
Oh, back to 11th there.
Oh, and that's Crossland in the infield in the grass. Taking out a couple of bollards, and he's flashing the light. He's not happy at all with somebody up in front of him. Not sure who that was, but he was certainly letting them know about it. Now, Webley has managed to get past Gunther Rowe and all of that and absolutely check out. He's currently P5, one of the only guys out there on a dry tyre other than Mr. Rowe. And we saw Marnie coming in, but Marnie stayed in the pits. Halfway through the race, still plenty of time. Webley up to P5. Somehow managed to end up starting P7 instead of P2. Or should have been P1 by my calculations from qualifying. So, sure if there's some post pre-race penalty.
Just pick it up on a replay there with look like Rowe and maybe Goebel coming together there in the final corner, allowing Webley past. So a couple of positions there gained.
Yep.
Foster, and look at the melee just in behind all that.
Yeah, Crossan and co. just got caught up in that. Actually, Crossan looked like he may have done that to himself on the curb, so it might have got squeezed for a little bit of room there. 38.6 now for Macrolos. So Macrolos, I don't think will be denied for this one. 7.5 seconds up the road now from Nick Firth. So Macrolos
again,
really got
who's
the
that
tire pressure
off?
correct.
Sorry, the
Foster.
Maserati of Foster having a bit of a touch up there. That was a little bit of
Webley now, the tyres coming alive. 38.370, fastest car out on track. There is the car with the slick tyre on. So P5, he's got Tracy down to 0.8.
Look, no surprise, J-Man. We did suspect this as the race went on, and it doesn't take long.
And he is closing because his Delta is alive. He's 10.5 seconds off the lead of the race. I think that's probably going to be a step too far, but you watch him start to wind in Tracy and Goddard and co here, and then even Firth isn't that far up the road. So I still think a second is a possibility for that car on the
Tracy.
wire.
On Tracy.
Too easy.
Too easy. Tracy, Tracy literally had to step aside there. You can see the pace of the Porsche, entry speed, next level, and Webley pass. Wozniak down on Dawson there. A little bit of a melee going on in the background there, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the sideways.
Sideways from Webley through the S's.
The control he's got of that car at the moment, it is on point. Just that little bit of precipitation still on the track, that little bit of moisture, he's able to slide the Porsche around. But with confidence, McConnell back a position on Foster there in the ground, as well as I think it was Dawson going back on Wozniak as well. Crossland, Wozniak still going. Look at what's going on in the background here.
Oh, Sykes.
There is a lot of contact.
Crossing around. That was Pete. Sorry, no, that was. Who was that? That was Pete Dawson and Crossland together at the Melbourne hairpin.
So very, very feisty mid-pack, I think would be the correct term at the moment, as these guys look to really try and get settled in for this last 5 odd minutes there. And you see again the bottom of the hill, Webley sliding that Porsche around. Foster back a position on McConnell in the back. Goebel back a position on Kim.
Yep, that just changed.
We got Crossland in the pits. We got Wozniak, Sykes and Wozniak off track again. So these guys, I think that might be Perkins mixed in amongst that bunch there, just in recovery mode, or may have changed a set of tyres or something. But really trying to stay out of that trouble as he comes up on the back of Warren. That's McConnell back on Worcester as well, just in the background. Let's have a look at that. Just picking up the end of that, actually. So McConnell in recovery.
So Webley now just he made a little bit of a mistake, allowed Prince Tracy to catch back up a couple of laps ago, or lap and a half ago. Now he's just restabilised. Car looks a lot better. Wipers are still going, but he does look quick. I just want to get a read on what he came across on there. 39.4 that lap around. He still holds the lap record at a 38.3. Macrolos, though, his best is a 38.4, and that was the last lap around too. So be no catching that man 9.1 seconds ahead of Firth. I think
I wouldn't.
Probably the best with 2.5 minutes or 2 3/4 minutes
Goddard.
to go would be Goddard. Yeah. Oh, and he's just had a big off. He's out there. Jim's mowing. So
that's Worcester. Worcester going around in the. So Webley also dropping a position there. Let's pick up.
Yep. So still tricky out there. Just, I think if the race was a little longer, it might have been a strategy that might have played out, but it's a little short.
He's making him work for it, isn't it?
Day late and $1 short, I think, for Brandon on that dry tyre, but still a valiant effort. However, Nick Firth, great job, P2, holding off Goddard. He's only just about a second and a half behind, but Macrolos just absolutely doing the business.
Macrolos in race 3. Macrolos in another postcode, J-Man. Like I said,
that settles the argument about who will be the overall round winner
you think so?
for round 2 in Series 2, Series 1 for 2025. It's going to be Macrolos's round, this one for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, and well done to Firth with a minute and a half to go as well. He's still got a minute and a half to go. It's still
Webley.
But Goddard, still just keeping the pressure on.
Same with Webley and Tracy coming down through the corner curves. He's back on him after that little moment.
And look how dry the track is now. Webley, you can see the windscreen wipers still flicking, but here we go. Back up on Tracy again.
Yeah,
does it easy. So this is a repeat. This is like Groundhog Day for these two. And passed again.
Goddard doing a good lap, good job up the road in front of him. He just ran a 39.2.
I don't think he'll get
this car.
Well, he's not going to get Goddard, is he? No.
Yeah. Oh, McConnell with a 39.1 as well. So there's a couple of quick guys out there at the back end of this race, but no, I think it's a step too far at 3.5, 3.6 seconds.
For sure. Glass on Wozniak here. It's going to get
Macrolos, and he's coming
busy again.
Final corner, so we are going to get one more lap done. There's 8.76, and he crosses the line with 6 seconds to go.
Just enough. Just enough.
One more.
So Firthy in clean air. Stellar job in second position as we speak. Goddard in third as we speak. Webley on a charge in fourth. We've seen that car. Only car on dry tyre at the start of the race.
Him and Mr. Roux. Mr. Roux's done a good job out there. P16. He's out there banking laps on that dry tyre. Be feeling a lot more comfortable than he was at the start of this race, much like Webley.
You would think so, right?
But McConnell, also McConnell coming on strong at the back end of this one, starting to put a bit of pressure on the Maserati of Foster. So what can James do in the defence against McConnell? Because McConnell is definitely coming now. Warren just losing a position there, I think, to Glass. Oh, he lost a couple of positions because he was off track. He lost them to Glass, Wozniak, and Worcester. Goes down another 3 positions in that little movement. So where is Costa? He is coming out of Melbourne, heading up to Goddard's one last time for what will be a great defensive race here tonight.
Oh, top effort. Top effort.
Yeah.
For
So he'll
Macrollos.
maintain the lead of this championship.
I would expect so. J-Man.
Well done, Costas.
Yeah, good work. And look, stunning effort from Firthy. Improved over the night in these quick fire races. The filthy Firth and Hassan. Goddard, stellar effort in third. Webley in fourth. Chasing on a dry tyre. Tracy, Kim, Goebel, Foster in the Maserati, coming in the top 10. J-Man, as he rounds the final corner there, gets it, keeps it on track. Who's that behind? That might be McConnell. Just getting a little bit loose at the end there. In the Mercedes, Glass, rounding the final corner, Sykes, and the like.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Now, look, we'll grab a guy that I think we know mathematically we can talk to, Davo. So we'll have a quick little hot box in here as he's parked the car up, and absolutely stunning round 2. Costas, you got us on comms here tonight, mate?
Hey, fellas. How are you?
Good, mate. Hey, absolute clinic in race 3. Going into that one, mate, just talk us through that. Obviously, went one apiece with Webley through race 1 and race 2. Not sure what happened in the start procedure there, but Webley opting for the dry tyre. He went for the wet and absolutely made it work, mate. What a fantastic night. How was it out there in those conditions for that last one?
It was pretty slippery, to be honest. Yeah, a bit of a shame what happened to Webley there at the start. The only thing that I really had was trying to send it into T1 and get ahead of him for the start of the race. Otherwise, once you're behind someone, you're stuck.
Yeah, no, it was a bit of a weird one, mate. It appeared for us like he started out of P7, so I'm not sure that was a glitch there. But you guys absolutely trading the times through Q1 all the way up to Q3 was super entertaining. I think the importance of track position in these 3 quick fire 15-minute races is exactly what it is. And you both were all about the business, getting you were the first 2 cars out in each session there tonight. But hey, look, you must have had those tyre pressures right on point, those wets of that back one, because we saw you dip into the 38s there, and they looked like they came on pretty strong even as the track was drying out.
My rear tires were really good. My fronts were actually really low. They were only like 28.9. So yeah, I managed to hold on somehow.
Yep, and we didn't really get to talk to you last week. A great start to this 5 Series campaign for these GT4s. You're obviously receptive to these
You
GT4s.
gel well with them? Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely love them. I was talking to Hendo in the off season saying I wish there was a GT4 comp to enter, and voila.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, you've come out. You were leading the series coming into round 2, likely based on the mathematics we just saw tonight. No doubt, going to lead it into round 3.
Definitely.
Great start to the series, man. Super entertaining. You look like you've got that Chevy absolutely hooked up at the moment, mate. So congratulations, A, on round 1, but B, on wicked performance tonight. It was super, super entertaining to watch. Costas, well done.
Thanks, fellas. Shame Webley, but I'm sure there's a few more rounds that you'll get me.
Yeah, good battle for sure,
Yeah,
mate. We'll
not
be here
many.
watching, waiting for it.
There's not many, but yeah, he's coming for you.
Good stuff, Costas. Thanks for the chat, mate. Enjoy that one.
Thanks, fellas. Have a good one.
Cheers, mate. Well, there you go. That was Costas Makrolos.
Nice.
The 222 Chevy Camaro does the business again here tonight. Yeah, I think it should have been a tough one for us to call about who was where, because had Maddie made race 3, I think she was well in the hunt for a podium. Put a lot of pressure on Prince Tracy there in race 2, and also put a lot of pressure on Costas Makrolos in race 1. So Maddie coming back to the series tonight for a couple of races with a whole lot of form. But for me, the 96 car of Goddard, fantastic performance. And then Nick Firth in the 56 as well. He stepped up in that last one big time.
Definitely improved over as the night progressed. And like if we were going to talk to anybody, I suppose it would be Webley and or Firthy. So, but yeah, a bit of a toss up on who would come in with the points there. J-Man, that has been a blast.
Yeah, absolutely. Fully entertained, and looking forward to next Monday already now. I think this thing's just going to get better and better as the weeks go on. So
definitely. Okay, so we just got confirmation. Webley second, Goddard third. Do you want to grab him?
Grab Webley down here.
Yeah, let's do this.
Mr. Brandon Webley, you got us on comms.
Hey man, how you going?
Mate, first and foremost, got to commend you on going for the slick tyre option there in race 3. But we have been given confirmation that Costas grabbed overall for the round. Yourself grabbed second for the round. Overall performance for the night. Were you happy? I feel like you should be.
Oh, well, I didn't. I wasn't actually on slicks, but my game bugged out. Like, it made me start from the middle of the grid for some reason.
Yeah,
we
P7.
That.
Okay, P7. Righto.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I think it's because I stopped. Like, I had a bit of a hardware issue on the formation lap, and I think it got a bit confused. And then, anyway, GG to Costa. I was pretty happy apart from the starting from 7th when I was on pole.
Yeah, look,
it was entertaining to watch, if nothing else.
Yeah, just went through that with Costas, and the importance that you guys acknowledge around that, getting the cars out early. You're only effectively getting 2 flying laps in these 5-minute qualifying sessions, and you guys went out and traded a piece for race 1 and race 2, and then also shared a winner piece for race 1 and race 2, and it just really shows you the importance of the track position out there, because not far behind you, Matty T. Pryn Tracy and that, all with very, very similar pace. Just maybe a couple of tenths here or there that I think separated yourself and Costas tonight. But hey, you'll come out of that. I think there was probably a little bit of damage control. That's really unfortunate when the game does that sort of stuff. But I thought your recovery was really good. And talking about recovery, Brandon, talk us about the couple of whoopsies there. Saw a bit of grass cutting there. Race 3 towards the back end, and some good battles with Pryn Tracy. Some really big moves down through the kind of curves.
Yeah, I think he sort of just let me go. I think it was on a cursed setup, but I also I kept touching the outside curb on the entry to the corner and just losing it. But yeah, I had some issue where like my the overlay thing I used for my tire pressures wasn't showing up, and so I had no idea what my pressures were. I think they were very, very high or something.
Okay, well, the car did look good, and I think my calculation said you still ended up with the fastest lap of the race there. So, albeit by about a tenth over Costas, I think it was just a fantastic effort tonight, mate. And going into round 3, there's not a lot in it, Brandon. So, I think the series well and truly alive for the certainly for the top 3 at this point. So, go well, mate, and thanks for the entertainment.
Yeah, no. Do you know what the points are?
Look, other than the overalls that we're hearing now, we know that you got second overall for the round, and Costas got first. So we're likely going to see the championship status quo when we come out of here for the top 2, and then I think Davo's got some details on who I'm talking to next, and I think it might be
Goddard, George.
It's George Goddard. So
Yep.
George Goddard stepped up and for the challenge, which is really, really cool. The GT4 certainly mix it up, Brandon. So congratulations on second overall for the round, and likely to be second outright in the championship still.
Cool bananas. All right, cheers, guys. Thank you.
All right, mate. Enjoy it. Thanks you for
Brandon.
talking. Cheers, buddy. All right.
Brandon Webley, everyone, and a little bit of an insight into the mind.
Yeah, and then hey, look, third guy, we had confirmation he has grabbed an overall podium for the round as George Goddard. You got us on comms, George?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, mate. Hey, look, fantastic drive tonight. I was sort of pumping your tyres up at the back end of the broadcast here about your performance tonight. You really stepped it up tonight, and especially in race 3. But consistency all night, I think, was the key for yourself.
Yep, definitely.
Racing consistently, mate. You obviously you look comfortable. You feel comfortable out there in the car.
Oh yeah. To be honest, I was pretty surprised because it was like my second time driving in a GT4, so I had no idea that I was actually going to be quite competitive. So that was pretty cool.
So George, we missed you in round 1. Would that be correct? And then turned up here for round 2. Is that correct? I didn't think I saw the results.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I was out fishing. So yeah, no, it's been a good couple of weeks.
Yep. No, nice. Now look, you did look good out there tonight. Lots and lots of battles. Like I think there was a couple of sections of race 3. I saw you had a little bit of an air gap. However, through the most part of the night, mate, you were either attacking or defending. Did it feel like that out there?
Yeah, it was pretty stressful, to be honest. Like there was a lot going on. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. And look, you know, the Q3 I think was the factor for you there tonight. Really stepped up. You know, qualifying so important here for these quickfire 15-minute races, and that third one really, I think you really stepped up and put yourself in that position. We saw a couple of guys, Perkins and I think Crossland and McConnell, not quite as good in Q3, but nonetheless you still stepped right up to the pace, and I think that was probably the difference for that race series. You put yourself in a good starting position and backed it up with the full performance in that 15-minute race, mate.
Yeah, no, I was kind of lucky because I didn't even know how to turn on my lights on while I was in the pits, so I was just trying to figure that out, and then I invalidated my first lap, and I only just got my second lap in just before quali ended, so I was pretty lucky.
What's wrong with the auto lights?
Is that even an option? I didn't
It
even
is
know.
an option. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be looking into that.
But hey, look, mate, fully entertained. I think you're in the mix all night, and that's why you're here for an overall honours for a podium third place in round 2. And man, I certainly hope you're not fishing next week, because I'd love to see you bring a performance like that to what will be round 3, because it'll be bloody entertaining, mate. And
at Bathurst.
Bathurst.
Yes.
Certainly welcome you guys to the hot box, mate. So it's good talking to you.
Yeah, no, cheers. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome, George. Oh, you enjoy that one, mate, and all the best. And we'll be watching next week. Cheers for the chat.
Definitely.
Cheers.
George, Goddard, everyone. J-Man, what a fantastic evening. It has been 3 quickfire races once again for Rainlight Racing's 2025 GT4 Series here. Round 2 at Snetterton. J-Man brought to you by SIMBLACKS.
Donington.
Donington.
Yep.
SIMBLACKS.
Yep.
True to Life
Snetterton
Racing
was good,
Designs.
but Donington was better.
Donington's way better. Like that last race. Epic stuff. So, yeah, look, thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, for bearing with us with maybe a couple of technical issues. But we'll be back next week once again for Bathurst. And I think the format changes a little bit. I think we got 2 25-minute races, J-Man, next week for the
100%.
Bathurst round. So we've just done 2 back-to-backs, like I said, Snetterton and Donington. 3 15-minute quick fire races. Keeps us on our toes, keeps you guys on your toes. We will see you next week. Thanks for joining us once again. Thank you, SIMBLACKS. Thank you, Rainlight Racing. See you again next week.
Bye for now.